Here we go. Gallery view. This is the way it's intended. Just as the hat says, just win. Let's lay back. Let's get the sharing going. What a day. 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 How was your day, John?
Busy, man. I was just out and about with the kiddo, and he keeps me going, so that's pretty cool.
That's awesome, man. How about you, Ross? How was your day?
All right. Went to work. Came home, practiced the kids, mini pony, first year flat or padded football.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they played. This is their first year. They played flag up until this point.
Yeah, they ran and they ran and they ran.
They ran and they ran and they ran.
Yeah.
Oh, I think about Forrest Gump line. Gonna be a lot of big guys running on Sunday. That's for sure.
That's the goal.
You know what a better goal is? For Facebook to stop making my videos like friends only. That's annoying. That's gotta stop. Killing my views right now with that. There we go. Let's fix everything. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Just trying to get it right here. Perfect. Let's do it. Good evening and welcome to tonight's episode of Blunt Talk. Joining me tonight is John Urey of the York Area Flag Football League. And with me, as always, is Ross Collins.
Hey.
Fellas, I'm really excited for this weekend. We just got done playing eights last week in York. We're heading right back there this Sunday for YAFFL Just Win Bigs. This is going to be an awesome event. 5-man, 235 and over, I do believe, is the weight minimum, Mr. Urey.
Yep, 240, and we'll give you guys a 5-pound flex at the gate. There will be a scale there. Do not get in without that 235 plus number on the scale.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I am looking forward to this tournament. Let's go ahead. I'm going to try to pull up the little spreadsheet you sent me earlier, John, and we'll take a look at everything that'll be happening for this weekend in terms of the matchups. Here we go. We're right here. Perfect. 8 teams in total we got. Baez Auto is in it. Pictured right here. If you want your jersey on display, you can on the back wall. We got 6 on display. Misfits. Yes, a little older one. Albeit does some advertising for the business. Nice little ad, yeah. But we got Misfits. Third night in a row I've had a Misfits jersey up. And it's going to be a 4th night tomorrow night when we do the Chris Boone show.
Yeah, they get around.
TBT, of course, the defending big man champions.
That's right.
Ooh, okay.
Yes, sir. 5-man big man. You don't remember last May?
TBBT.
Team Big Blood Talk. What a time it was.
Dude, that was a great day.
That was a
great day, dude.
That was.
Great day.
We got people who's trying to enter the waiting room too. They're all ready to go. Let's let them all in.
They guys just talk their shit.
Outlaws as well, displayed here. XFFL t-shirt, the YAFFL. Glad to see everybody on display. If you want your team displayed on this back wall, send me a jersey. We take flags as well. Christopher Severino, the original big man himself, the guy who actually was the one who told me about 5-man big man a while back when he announced that tournament for Ocean City. Didn't happen back in 2019, but I actually hit up Seth for some info on it. We thought of putting a team in back then. Unfortunately, there was not enough participation at that event. But, big shout out to Christopher Severino and all other members of this flag football. Shout out to all the big guys in the game. You're the one.
So, Joey, that event didn't have enough members as well. And then yours last year was how many teams?
We managed to get 3, but we were on very, very strict limitations.
Right.
We were probably about the weekend after stage 1 of COVID was reopening. Yeah. So
We were hoping to get
circumstances.
18, but we'll take what we get here with 8. I think this hopefully can grow in the years to come. It has everything written to be a fantastic, fun-filled event. I can't wait to see these guys on the field in space. I would like to know one of the big things tonight, Joey, when you interview these guys, I want them to say some names of who's playing receiver on their team, who's playing DB on their
You're
team.
going to ask a lot out of these guys. That's a lot of strategy to give away. Come
I'm
on,
telling you.
yourself a bit of coach. You ain't going to give away anything before the
Come on, man. I'm so hyped. Like, I don't know if I'm going to sleep Saturday night because, well, I know I'm not. I got a wedding Saturday night. But, look, I'm excited just to see.
Yeesh.
Yeah, it's wedding season, man. I'm excited to see who's playing where. Because I look at these rosters. I know you looked at the rosters, right, Joey? Do you have the roster link? I need you to look at the rosters for me.
I do have it, but I don't know about spoiling the rosters. Is that okay with the captains? I don't know about that.
I'm going to tell you right now, as the director, it is okay to talk about who's on these teams because it'll only make this live better, I think.
All right, let's
go ahead. Just go ahead.
Let's do the teams first that we got so far, and then we'll do the players we got. First team out of the gate, Baez Auto, of course, the H champion that we saw back at Hanover, and of course a few weeks this past weekend. We're going to see the Baez Bigs.
Baez big team.
Yes, sir. And one of the big men on that Baez team is the man whose name is on the jersey, Mr. Marcial Baez, who is on here tonight. We got him right now on the call. Marcel, how you doing?
I'm good, buddy. How are you?
Good, sir. Good. Looking forward to seeing you out here. This is right up your alley. We talk about that position. You play tight end out in the field. Right here, you're going to be matched up against guys your own size for the most part. Should be interesting. Looking forward to seeing what Baez Auto 5-man big can do. Can they duplicate the success of Baez 8-man and 9-man? Let's see how Baez continues to grow as a flag football franchise. Really liking how their team looks right now. Of course, we got the Outlaws as well. They're out of the KFFL, coming from the 4-state area. Of course, joining them, representing them tonight, I believe that's Jeremiah Rodriguez, who joined in the call. Jeremiah, is that you? Just verifying, because I don't know the Jeremiah.
Yes, sir. What's up?
Hey, sub to Jeremiah. Jeremiah Rodriguez, former teammate of mine on the West Virginia Ducks. He still wears the shorts to this day. The lone Duck's still flying. Looking forward to seeing what J-Rod and the Outlaws have in store. XFFL, hey, Dimitri Thompson, if he's going to be bringing down, he's got a lot of players to choose from. That man's got a lot of connections up north. That's going to be the biggest question mark is just what does this XFFL team have in store? We'll see when we put the rosters up. The commissioner's called it. He says he wants to see it. I'll put them up after we do these teams. But XFFL, you and I both know, Ross, Dimitri Thompson's going to come locked and loaded with all sorts of talent. That man's got connections. That is a lot. He's got a lot of friends up north and a lot to choose from talent-wise.
It's funny, Joey. When I was writing the names for the pulling out of the trophy last night, I put like what state each team was from. I didn't know what state to put for the XFFL. I mean, listen, I know they're from Pennsylvania, but like you said, Dimitri's all over the place.
Yeah, man, XFFL, they operate 2 different states, Pennsylvania and New Jersey, but he's always looking to expand tournaments across the country. He's got a brand, he's got talent, he's got people who he can bring in that can really shake this whole tournament up.
I'm excited to see that.
I am too. Also on there, B City. B City. B City.
That's my favorite name.
Yeah, I believe that's D-Well and Company. They're going to be coming in for this one. Looking forward to seeing what they got in store. Misfits as well. Hey, they were in the original Big Man tournament last year, runner-up to TDB team. I said too many B's there.
I have heard Misfits have been scrimmaging and practicing for this Big Man event.
They're practicing for all over. They had a 4-hour flag football combine a few weeks ago up in Oak Frederick area. And they basically went out and had 7-man, 5-man, and 9-man. Because they're not just here this weekend. They're over in Indianapolis for AFFL. Their skill guys will be over there for that tournament. So Misfits pulling double duty, as we mentioned last night on One Talk. And of course, the news just coming out 2 days ago, number 3 in the DMV 9-man rankings right now in this area. Third best team from this area is the Misfits coming to Charm City Classic at 9-man. They got a team playing for $200,000 in the round of 32 at AFFL this weekend. They could make it to Houston. We'll see how far they go. 5-man chip in the works. John Regan's got the premier flag football franchise right here in this area right now. It's the Misfits. And this jersey, you're going to see it again tomorrow night when we do the Chris Boone show. 4 nights in a row of that Misfits jersey. They're everywhere right now. They have taken over. But can they get it? Can they get a championship this weekend? Can they get more? In a month, they could win in 5, 7s, and 9s. What can they do? Yes, sir.
Pretty good.
And then after that, we got FAA, Fat Ass Athletes.
That's pretty good.
I like that one.
That is pretty good.
Yeah. Wolverines as well. Coach Jamie Lagana. He's on the call right now. He's got his squad in there. Jamie, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
Doing good, sir. Doing good. Looking forward to seeing what the 5-man big team looks like for the Wolverines.
For the record, I'll be there. I am not coaching. It is not my team this weekend.
So not your team, just there as
They're just using the team name.
Gotcha.
Oversized Wolverines, right?
That's it.
All right. So we got next on the list, the last team, Big Show. Can I get some info?
Anybody?
Big Show. It's a big bad show tonight, y'all.
What's his name? Eric. What's his name? Hold on.
Cardi?
No, not Eric Cardi.
He's in this tournament too. Oh,
Eric
man.
Eric Farrell.
Eric Farrell. Damn. I was about to say, if he brings Jarrett down here for this tournament, I've seen Jarrett at 5-man already.
And you know, with the FAA with Sean Moats.
Hey, Sean Moats, part of TBBT. He's a misfit as well.
Yeah, he's a big boy.
Our guy. Hey, man. Yeah, that's a great captain to have. Hey, man. You can't underestimate Sean Moats. He had that touchdown in double coverage last season against Green Machine. Chris Boone hit Sean Moats 45 yards down the field. He held Tatum. Well, Tay had that catch near the end, though. You can't say he locked Tatum. He hit for a bit. It's a tough matchup. But Sean played his ass off. He's a great offensive option. We see what he can do. He can throw. He can catch. He can run. Moats had that big touchdown against the Green Machine last year in Keystone for us in double coverage. Caught that over Johnny Cocho, man. Johnny, what were you doing? Moats is a monster, bro. Moats is a monster.
Eric, the Big Show with Eric Farrell, they're out of Glen Burnie, and we all know there's some solid flag football out of the Glen Burnie area.
So they're a Maryland team.
Yep.
They need to get some heads on that roster by Friday at 9.
Yes, they do. They got 5 now. They're eligible to play.
Good enough. I got a question for you, John.
Yes, sir.
Is the scale going to be at the gate, or is it going to be down lower like we discussed, or have you decided?
Probably at the gate right now. We want to try and
The only reason I ask is this.
yeah.
If it's down on the field, then players should weigh in uniform, not with bags and jeans and other clothes and other weights on, things like that.
So yeah, so in the captain's chat, they already know their players will be weighing in with t-shirt and shorts and socks only.
Gotcha. I heard you got a real strict stickler there doing the weigh-ins. I want to make sure my guys know what they're doing. That's all.
Yes, sir.
235 plus.
234. They go somewhere else for the day.
Correct. I told my guys 234.9. You're not getting in.
Correct.
I don't care, that's,
We've already put 5 pounds on it, and I'm getting some flack that it's already too late or too light. Too
it
light.
is.
So
It is too late.
It's too late, but at the same time, it's hard to get a lot of
It is
guys at
hard to get-
250 or
it is
above.
hard
Like
to
that
get.
Nah, they
market.
came out of the woodwork here in the last week. We could have
More
easily
people
had 250,
more, but there
260.
was questionable
I don't know. I felt like that was the hardest thing that I felt like finding last year was guys who were above
There
that
was
weight.
questionable people out
what did you guys do,
Yeah.
Joey? What was your weight last year?
We went for 250, but I didn't try to enforce it because we really were pulling from a limited talent pool. It was very
Yeah.
limited on what we could pull from.
I got a guy
That-
trying to put weight on.
Yeah.
He's a big ass bracket.
And I mean, let's talk about our sizes that you pulled from versus us. I mean, we got 700 players in our league between the two locations, and we still only put in 3 teams out of 8 here. So, the big guys, as much as the big guys don't want to, be front and center, they just it's something that they're not really it's not down their alley. You got these skill guys, they all want to be up, front and be seen all the time. But the big guys, they're reserved. They don't really like to be front and center. So
And yet they're front and center in the trenches every play.
correct. Starts with them up front every single snap.
There's a couple of them out there who want to be front and center.
Let's take a look at the schedule before we look at the rosters. Field 1, 9 a.m. Misfits in the Big Show. Other game at Field 2, FAA versus Outlaws. That's going to be a nice, interesting local matchup. That's going to be a very local matchup for our area.
Joey, let's flip the reverse. Let's look at the rosters so then we can know who's on each team, and then we'll talk about the matchups.
Okay. Director's
Sorry.
Field. You're good, John. Let me go ahead and try to pull that up real quick.
Now, again, reminder while Joey's pulling that up, rosters do lock at 9:00 on Friday night. So there is some rosters that aren't completely filled out here. D. Will's going to hate the fact that we're showing rosters. He wants rosters to be private between the directors and the captain, not even with other captains. Something that we'll look at maybe in the off season, but
Dumb.
yeah, I don't see it as a big deal. But anyways, like I said, these rosters are still open for another 2 days, and anything after 9:00 on Friday will not suffice. Just like we did last weekend in our tournament, we had a couple of people that wanted in late, and we did not honor that. Just try and stay consistent.
Sorry, John. I'm trying to find the link from earlier. Yeah, but I didn't want to. I was trying to make sure not to pull it up.
I do have to say though, I will have t-shirts available. Free Earl. So you can see that.
Oh my,
Free Earl.
I like that,
t-shirt.
Marshall.
See that? And then shout out to Howard FTN. If you know, you know. All right.
No,
If
I
you
don't know what that means.
If you don't know, you got to ask him.
Why?
There we go. Free Earl, baby. Free Earl.
Wow. Yeah, hopefully Earl gets a shirt like that. That's pretty neat.
Hey, one's coming for him.
I do not want to get hit with another one of Earl's shirts ever again in my life.
Was it after he had just played too?
The wetter, the better.
Yeah, it was like a Hershey Park ride called the Title Force. Completely soaked on the back of my back and neck.
Ew.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, here we go.
Only 6 months for that.
Free Earl for the big man. I feel
Yeah,
like
man. We
they're
need
all
Earl
right.
a big man, man.
Yeah. Got to free him, man. He's locked up.
Yeah,
Accountability, fellas. What we got here, Joey? Baez?
At least they're letting Damian Cason play instead of honoring random suspensions for no reason.
Marshall, tell me about your roster here.
Free Dame.
Yeah, I mean, we picked, we just have our main set of Baez guys on the squad. We did pick up a few other people like Motley. We picked up Dustin Miller, Tommy, and Joe Harp. So we picked up some, gangrene fellas to join up with Baez and also Hannibal. So it's looking like a good roster right there. I'm very happy with it.
You got two of the top possible MVPs in our league, that's for sure. And well, the one that did win this session, Travis Motley at quarterback, and then another player on his team, Tony Bethea, which is a phenomenal athlete as rusher or O-line.
Definitely.
Very solid. Who's going to be your receivers? Who are you thinking right there looking at that? Who's going to be like your number one receiver? Is it Joe Hart maybe?
I mean, you got Tony West on there. You got Joe. You got Hannibal. I mean, I don't know.
I could see Marcial, and I could see you in the slot.
We'll see what happens. I mean, you got Coach JJ and D Watts as our coaches, so they're the ones that are making a depth chart and deciding who's going to be where. So I let that up to them.
This is going to be a classic. Let me hear from Jeremiah. I'm sorry, I'm stepping on your toes here, Joey, but I'm going right down through here.
Hey, man, feel free. I'm just chilling.
I get excited about these big guys out in space, man.
Pause.
Now you're reaching on that one. Jeremiah, talk to us.
Yeah, I got most of my guys were actually the 5-man that Joey was going to do. I want to say like last year, but it got like canceled because of COVID. So like half my guys, we won't talk about that. But half the team, like we still had the team chat because we were just waiting for Joey whenever he was going to say we were going to bring that back around. And one of my guys sent me the flyer for the YFFL one. And he was like, let's put our team in. And I was like, all right, bet. And then a couple of guys said they couldn't make it, or they just didn't want to do it, or they weren't going to play. And so I just recruited from there. So we got like Drew and Kyle and Eric. Eric plays on the Tigers with Joppy. And then Drew's from the Bees and Ruckus. And then Joppy and Joe really are the ones who recruited Kason. And they messaged me about like a couple days ago, and they were like, hey, we got Kason. And I was like, all right, Adam. That was a big ad for us, I do want to say.
Absolutely. Any comments on that, Joey?
I have to say, Damn Dame is a huge addition for this flag football team overall. J-Rod, being able to pull off that is a huge commodity. I go back to what Dame did last year for the Tri-State Spartans in the NEN tournament that we did back in last August. Huge part of that defense. You were there, Ross. He held that Warriors team you guys had to just only a score in that game and the Killer Bees in that championship. That was a game where their defense was dominant. Having Damn Dame out there makes a difference on the defense. And you got a player in Damn Dame who goes out there, and he used to be a tight end back in high school. This guy was a 2-star recruit coming out of high school back in the day. He could play. He could ball out. He's from down there in Virginia. A lot of stiff competition. Damian Kason is a monster to have out there in this 5-man game. He could catch. He can run. He can throw. He can block. Damn Dame indeed. And, you take a look at the rest of the roster of the Outlaws. I'm looking at it because I know these guys offhand. You got Ronnie Hamilton coming in. That man brings pure chaos out there on the field. Nick Aliff from the Killer Bees. Well, was from the Killer Bees. I'd say Nick Aliff, that is a very underrated talent in the 4-state area right now. Nick Aliff, he's very deceiving. You look at him, he does not come across as somebody who can play in that skill position. He's a bit of an older guy, but his legs are very quick. He's very nimble on his feet.
You put the ball in his hand.
Yeah.
You know it, you're going to grab a flag, and then you think you grabbed it, and you don't have it.
Yeah. Killer Bees made a whole offense out of just running Nick Aliff in a Wildcat system. And, he can also throw the ball, too. That's somebody who has quarterback experience. I did a couple games of Nick at quarterback this year for the Killer Bees, as well as 2 years ago up in Shippensburg when he was their starter before Devin Redmond came in. So I think if you bring in a guy like Nick Aliff, that is a huge, huge pickup. Kenny Wells as well. Kenny Wells is an underrated weapon from up there in Shippensburg. That guy can really catch. He's a bruiser in blocks. He'll go out there and play. I like to see what Kenny Wells could do in that tight end position. He's going to bring a rush. Why are you laughing?
I don't agree with that.
You don't agree, bro?
Go ahead.
You don't watch Kenny. You don't watch much Kenny Wells then.
Watched them all last season.
Yeah, but that was TDT was a juggernaut. It's not a fair comparison. He was on the Browns.
A juggernaut.
He was on the Browns, man. Come
I
on.
played corner for TBT, and you just called him a juggernaut.
Yeah, like KFFL.
I was gonna say,
And not a 5-man, big man game. I played corner.
You know,
I was gonna say, Joey, do they have any DBs on their team on that roster?
on that Outlaws roster.
I think that's the ticket to this
They don't
whole thing.
Hold on, they got some bowlers. I look at this roster though. If I want to talk defensive backs, Damn Dame is probably the best DB on the roster. I
Yeah.
go with Damn Dame.
It's easy to watch these big guys run forward. I'm gonna try to see these big guys run
Yeah,
backpedal.
Drew Yates can make a real strong case too. I'd have to go
Okay.
with him and then Damn Dame after that. Looking otherwise at this Outlaws roster, you got Joppy out there on defense. He's going to come out there and ball out. I'm looking forward to seeing him back on the field. Grant Smith as well, great football mind. He's looking forward to this. I'm liking this Outlaws team. They're going to come out here, represent the 4th state proudly. Looking forward to seeing how they do. Going back to looking at it overall, this is going to be a good squad. They just have to pull it together. They're going to have a tough draw right at the gate with FAA, who has a lot of familiar faces who they played against. That's an interesting team. But go ahead, John, take it away with the rosters, with the next squad.
Or we're at XFFL, so you might know some of these guys on the circuit for 9-man.
Oh, yeah. They got Mean Mark Brown right there as the captain, the best new live streamer of 2021. He's come on the scene the last few months on Riot Squad and 9-man. He pops up on the XFFL, won a championship of Empire. He was there. He's out there live streaming all the time, puts in the work. You know he's in good shape. He's a versatile threat. He can run, he can catch, he can film. The guy is a triple threat out there on the field.
Triple threat with the camera.
Yo, he's going to go live and call his own plays.
I like it.
You go down there, Dimitri Thompson as well. The Prez has a long football career and history. You know he's going to ball out in that tournament. Looking forward to seeing how the Prez does. They got Shabazz Gordon coming out there. Who let him in this one? Who let Shabazz in here?
Man, he's gonna ball out.
Who let Shabazz in this? Oh,
That's a
man.
Good pickup.
Man, I'm looking forward to that.
That's got to be a 3-hour drive for some of those guys, maybe 4.
Hey, let me tell you, it don't matter how far it takes, how long it takes. Ball is life. And when you're a big guy and you have a chance to catch a ball, you're going to drive far to make it happen. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for a lot of men. You got to take these chances while you can.
It's true. We got $1,000 on the line.
Go on and talk about Obese City, John. There's a lot of York guys that you should be familiar with on there.
Yeah, I mean, the Justin kid, Panetto, can play a skill position. He might be able to stand up as a wideout. Same thing with Devon White. He's pretty tall, if I can remember. Now, then you go right to Cody. Well, he's short as can be. He might be shorter than me, right? Maybe Marcial height. I'm not sure. Shout out Marcial. No, Nevin Ensminger, he got a motor that won't stop. So they got a lot of 5-man guys that have 5-man experience from in the Harrisburg area. D Will's on there. Sean Simmons, a big boy out of Harrisburg. He can throw the rock. I'm not sure if he's going to be quarterback. Looking at the roster, it might be him. Cody Hollinsworth can also throw the ball. Darren Stevens, as an athlete, he's going to definitely, I think he'd be a receiver there with Johnny Hackert. I'm not sure about Nate Phillips. Nick Banner, Tank. He's going to probably be a lineman for him, I would think. It's hard to say who the last 2 guys are. I don't know those names. That's me for Obese City. Best name in the tournament.
%, man. And, you know, when you take a look at this next team, the Misfits, I got to say, this is going to be a hell of a roster. Alex Norton, he's going to be going out there and making his head coaching debut. I'm really excited to see Alex out there in the coaching role. See what he's picked up from Regan all these years. Want to see how he does. John, of course, he's going to be over in Indianapolis for AFFL. Looking forward to seeing how they do. They got to face the money team on Saturday. That's going to be a tough one. But we'll see.
Who's the quarterback in this roster?
Who's the quarterback? If I were to guess, looking at the guys up and down, it's going to be Mr. Voshawn Smyree, the 2017 A national champion starting quarterback for 7-point spread.
Ooh, wow.
Yes, sir. Smyree ain't no joke. He still plays on a very high level.
Very good pickup.
We can talk about the lack of offense 7-point it had in nationals. So Myrie was the offense for a long time on 7-point. He can throw the ball. He can game manage. Has a very high football IQ. That's the man who I would tab as the quarterback looking at this roster. And, you look at the other guys I got in there. Chris Tivis.
What more do you need to know?
Exactly. 2021 KFFL MVP Chris Tivis.
He's second right under the coach captain of that team for a reason on that roster.
Exactly, because Chris Tivis, when it comes to keeping a team together, is the glue. You talk about what he did for Broadax and helping them win the championship in Washington County. He was part of that major upset AFN had on ADR when they won county. You look at the defense he played this year on Reckless Villains. They had to go with 8 guys all season. They had 8 guys against the Outlaws. Chris Tivis was going both ways. Chris Tivis picked off Keaton Pooler. If Tivis is there, it's a difference. And when Tivis is there, he's going to make a difference. Jared Cohen. Can we talk about a weapon that nobody should have to guard? Can we talk about what Jared Cohen just did last weekend at Just Win 8s with the legendary John McGraw pitching him the ball, exploiting those opposing defenses? They put up 24 on the Maryland Select Patriots, just running those pop-out plays to Jared Cohen. Take note, this man is not just a tackle. He could play tight end. He's very versatile. He's very fast. He's in better athletic shape than 90% of the guys you'll see out there on the field.
He's definitely a stand-up wide receiver in this format.
Exactly. You're talking about a legit D1 athlete, 4-star recruit in the day. He's got the pedigree for a reason.
I can see some fade balls being thrown really quick.
Yeah, I've seen many guys at the tight end position over the years. I feel like if he were to play that position full time, would be ranked in the top 5 in the country, just for the skill set he brings to the table. Going down the list, guys, offhand, I know Jace Denham. We've seen what Jace can do the last couple of years. He made his debut last year. That was his rookie season. Member of the Cramley, joined the Warriors, part of the Misfits. Jace, for his young career, has gotten a lot of training and a lot of work.
I've met him midfield.
You lined up on Jace last year, actually.
He put me on my ass.
He did put you on your ass.
I'll give him all the credit in the world for that.
He joined the club that day.
Yeah. Got up and shook his hand.
Yo, monster.
I said, good shit.
Defensive side of the ball, you got Lionel out there. Lionel coming into play.
Yeah.
Oh, it's going to be – that defense is going to be sick.
Damn good roster.
This is a damn good roster.
There are some classic names in this tournament.
Yes, sir. I'm looking forward to seeing the Misfits overall. We're going to go on now to the Wolverines real quick. Jamie, talk about the roster that you see up front and what you're expecting.
You guys go ahead and do the same thing you were doing for the other teams. Go ahead, John.
Okay, all right. We'll keep you out of it. So
I'm not coaching it, so I'll let y'all do it.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, it's just so hard to say where people are going to play with this big man event. I see one that stands out as a solid receiver. Matter of fact, I coached him in high school, John Butler. He's going to be a guy that he's got some pounds on him, but I mean, he was a great receiver in high school, great hands. So he's a guy that could match up against a person like Jared Cohen and play him as a DB. Got the height, maybe 6'3" on Butler's frame. Who we got else on here? Dom Rawhauser is probably going to be their quarterback. And he's got nimble feet in the pocket. He's going to be able to get
Nah.
away from
It's gonna be that Jordan dude, probably
Jordan Gardner.
Jordan Gardner or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, he throws the ball, but I honestly, based off of what I've seen in the league play, I'd probably stick with Dom. Brad Maggard's on the roster here. Connor Green. Let's talk about this kid. I do play in a basketball league with him on Tuesday nights, and I tell you what, he can dunk a ball, which is nothing special. It's special for me because I can't, but he can shoot the three and dunk all in the same possession if he wanted to. But no, this kid's going to be a good stand-up receiver as well with another 6'3" frame. Obviously he's an interior lineman in the YFFL, but very similar size frame to Cohen. Vinny's going to be a guy that has an engine that won't stop for them, motivator. And you got Freet there, who's going to be able to keep a pocket, not really a pocket in 5-man, but give another second or two for the quarterback because he's the center, I believe, for Baez Auto.
Yes.
So, a guy that's going to obviously buy some time for a rusher.
Fair enough.
Look at this next team, FAA, the fat ass athletes. Man, is this a squad that's very underrated going in?
I said this is the team I'm rooting for.
The team you're rooting for? You got Big Tay, Dante Berry coming up.
If I was to do a TBT team, it would kind of look like this.
Yeah, this is a loaded squad. You got Dante Berry, who can play the QB position. He was actually the QB last year for the Unfits when they faced us at Slaughterhouse.
Do not sleep on him either.
I would not sleep on Big Tay. Remember, Big Tay went undefeated as the starter of AFN in Washington County in 2018.
Yep.
You look over Carlos Sanchez. That guy is a specimen. My God, that guy is a weapon. People forget he's not just a rusher. He could catch. He's got hands. Guy's got to be massive. Sean Moats, we talked about the skill set. That man played running back in high school back in the day. He's going to be able to bring it. He can catch. He showed that on Team Blunt Talk.
Yeah.
He becomes a fifth receiver option sometimes.
Yes, he does.
I always like that. I've liked what Sean's done. He's definitely revolutionized his career in the last few years and has stepped it up in the skill position in a big way. Going down further, Devon Davis, another big tight end threat. My God, the tight ends on this team that I know of from 9-man, insane.
Also sleeper.
Yeah, he's a sleeper. We see what he can do with the Warriors and with Reckless Villains in recent years.
Seven Davis, my guy.
Yeah, that's a good signing indeed. Gary Little Jr., part of the team we had last year on TBBT. That's a good signing. Gary also,
Gary almost put his own team in, honestly, and then he just kind of merged here with FAA.
I think that was a good move. I liked his squad. He's around a lot of guys he's worked with. Gary played with Sean Moats on the Railroaders last year at semi-pro. He also played with him on TBT last fall in KFFL and TBBT last year, 5-man big. You take a look at other guys he's been with. Vicente Hernandez, he was also on TBBT last year. Vicente and Gary played together on Top Gun a few years ago. Hey, that's a very underrated DB. Vicente Hernandez played DB at Musselman High School about 10 years ago. That man has DB experience.
That's the info right there. That's the info I like to hear.
Yeah. Vicente, he came up through Survivors way back with me years ago. We brought him back for TBBT. He played on the Railroaders last year as well.
Team player, man.
Yeah. Very good team player. Charles Rivers. Oh, that's a big signing. Man. Good luck guarding him. Good luck guarding Charles Rivers out there in space. We've seen what he could do in YAFFL last week. We've seen what he's done in 9-man with the Titans.
Wait a second. Who did Charles Rivers play for last week?
He was on Black Ops.
Okay.
Biggest guy on the roster.
Yeah. Devin Gary as well. Shoo, bro. if you're like, this is the one thing I said when I built TBBT last year was I wanted to get as many guys who played that tight end position as possible. And you look at it, the guys on here, Carlos can play it, Gary can play it, Vicente, Devon David, Moats, Rivers. You got at least 7 different, different guys who can at least play it. That's a hell of a team. You're going to see a good offensive team. Defensively, you got good minds in there, and Moats and Carlos. You'll have Sente, who has cornerback experience. This is going to be a good team, man. I'm really looking forward to seeing FAA out there.
About to make my returns play for this team.
Last team is Big Show, and
Hey, tell your boy he's got one roster spot open there if he wants it.
one more roster spot open.
I don't know. I'm bored now.
Does anybody know any names on that Big Show roster other than the captain that I know, Eric Farrell?
I didn't even know that. So
Yeah. Well, let's look at these matchups, and then now we know who's on the roster. Let's get into the matchups real quick.
All right.
And while we're doing that, Joey, listen, while we're doing that, man, hey, Marcial, my boy Travis Motley, hey, he was recruited by Pitt as a safety back in the day. So I'm interested to see if he plays a little defense,
Yeah, we'll see what's going down. We'll see what happens.
That's cool.
So here's the matchup.
I'm excited. I'm excited.
I am too. This is going to be a really awesome tournament. We take a look at the matchups. 9 a.m. Field 1, Misfits and Big Show. I actually won't be there this weekend, so I'm allowed to make predictions. I'll take care of that at the end, though. That's going to be Misfits, I would say, on paper should win this one because Big Show looking light, Big Show looking questionable. I'm a little more confident in the Misfits. They're always coming to play. Those guys know each other very well. This should be an interesting game either way. The other game is FAA Outlaws. Like I mentioned, that's a very local game. That is going to be a 4-state matchup. Very heavily a 4-state matchup. A lot of guys on both sides have played with and against each other in Keystone and Washington County. So there's going to be a lot of familiarity in that game. That's going to make it interesting. It's going to be a local battle of guys who know each other and have played against each other, mixed in with a couple guys from out there in the Baltimore, D.C. area coming to play on FAA. I look forward to seeing that squad. And
so that's like a football gods drawing out of the hat there, right? So that's great for your area, for the 4-state area, to see those two teams play at it in this big man style where they got to go out and cover each other.
It's going to be very different. That is for certain. The 9:30 matchups, Obesity and Misfits. That's going to be a good game. I look forward to that one. Baez Auto and FAA. I think FAA and Baez is going to be a very underrated game. I'm really looking forward to that one. This tournament is such a wild card. You don't know what you're going to get out of it. That's what makes it intriguing to me because all these matchups. You go down the list, Big Show Wolverines, that's going to be a 10. Outlaws, XFFL at 10 o'clock as well. That's going to be that's a leap in competition for the Outlaw players. Going against that XFFL North talent that Dimitri's going to be bringing down.
I feel like Outlaws got a tough draw here.
Outlaws have a very tough draw. Good news is it's pool play twice, it's single elimination. So they get about 3 chances to get it right. We'll see what they can do. Wolverines, OB City, 10:30, and this game is probably the best game on the schedule. XFFL versus Baez. You're going to have York's champion, the Kings of York, face off against a team from up north in PA, from East Stroudsburg. You're going to see East Stroudsburg and the North take on York's finest.
Yeah. I got to be honest, Joey, when I did see some of the registrations come through, there was a couple emails with the word goats in it. So whatever that means.
It's the big goats.
From the Valley?
I think so.
Yeah, they got Mike Bryan on the squad. Big Dippy.
Big goats.
Hey, Joey, I'm pretty disappointed. I didn't hear a single prediction there. You're usually giving the predictions out.
You always do at the end.
Oh, okay. My bad.
All good, Jamie.
I meant game by game, not just who's going to win it all.
Oh, I'll get to that right at the very end. But those are the matchups. That's the schedule. I put up one with Ross earlier. The matchups we'll have live for it will be FAA and Outlaws at 9. We're going to cover all 8 teams in pool play regardless. Then we'll have Obese City versus Misfits, Big Show Wolverines, and then the last slot we'll have XFFL and Baez.
Joey, say that one more time.
The whole thing?
Yeah, you're live. Yes.
Oh, okay. 9. So we'll have the games. The games we'll have live for you will be FAA and Outlaws. That'll be live by Ross Collins at 9 a.m. And then he'll go to Field 1 for Obese City and Misfits. Then he'll stay there for Big Show Wolverines, and then wrap up the pool play coverage of XFFL and Baez.
Thank you.
And then from there, of course, it's playoffs, and that always goes the way you think, some way or another. We'll get it right. That's
John,
easy.
I could do the math and figure it out, but what time are you expecting the chip game?
Around 2:30.
Yeah, okay.
So you're going to have like a break in between, or is it going to be?
We'll probably need like a half hour for our guys to get things ready to go. And also, I think the guys are going to want a half hour break as well.
That also gives you a half-hour buffer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that works out perfectly. Yeah.
I mean, if we can do it within 10 minutes, which we probably will be able to, and everybody's ready to go, we'll get it going right away.
Yeah, I think this is going to be awesome. Let's get to a couple questions with some of the competitors, of course. Marcial, Baez, Auto, big man team. Your thoughts on your matchup looking at the rosters of FAA and XFFL. Start with FAA, that matchup at 9:30.
I mean, I do know a couple of the guys that are on that squad. I've seen Gary play before. I've seen Dante play before as well. I'm looking forward to that one. These are the 2 teams that I was looking forward to facing, honestly. And I'm actually kind of glad that we did get them because I can see where we're at with them as well. So I'm looking forward to this matchup at 9:30 and 10:30. So, and then we got Big Dippy on the XFFL. And then you got Dippy Eggs out here in York. So we got to see what happens here. You already know, Urey. So here we go.
Worlds collide. It's going to be awesome.
Listen, when you put a Dippy Egg with what would you call yourself? A little Dippy and a big Dippy?
That's what we're cooking, Dippy Eggs over here.
Oh, my goodness. Somebody's getting scrambled, huh?
Wow.
Jeremiah, your thoughts on FAA at 9 and XFFL at 10?
I know definitely our guys are super hyped for both of the games. FAA mostly because we do know, we know a lot of players on that team. And, we've played against them in KFFL, county, all over with them, against them. So I know we're definitely hyped for that one just to get the competition. And then XFFL. Yeah. But that one we know is definitely we're going to be the underdogs in that game and we're ready for it. We're hyped. We're definitely Joppy knows a couple of the guys out there and he'd been sending us a couple of stuff that he knew. And it was just that's the game that we know we're going to have to come out and just ball out as soon as the game starts until the game ends.
That's going to be an interesting matchup.
Both of them.
Yeah, it's a tough slate. This is a very tough bracket on that Pool B. Not undercounting Pool A, but Pool B, when you look at the matchups for Outlaws, you talk about it, you're going to get the best of the 4-state on terms of guys who have that experience from Washington County. Outlaws a little more of a KFFL-oriented team, although Damn Dane could be a huge factor. These matchups are going to be awesome. I'm really looking forward to it. The big man tournament was awesome last year that we did, going back to that. And I feel like this one around is going to top it. This is going to be something to remember for years and the start of something beautiful. What do you think, John?
Listen, I'm looking forward to it. It's definitely new for us. It sounds like it's new for, I don't know, the region. People have tried to do it. I'm excited that we've got 8 teams as our baseline to jump off with. And, I'm excited for some of the rules that we've come up with. We've tried to be creative as much as possible. for example, someone asked, I think Chris just asked if they can be in a 3-point stance or 4-point stance. Hell yeah, you can be on your hand on the ground as a rusher, and there's no gap between the line of scrimmage and the rush like some 5-man leagues do. We're getting right at it. You can line up right on the line of scrimmage, and it's man on man as far as blocking. There's no gap, none of that drama. So we're getting right after it, and quarterback can run wherever they're at. Can be rushed wherever they're at. We're going to throw some punts into this thing. The field will be long enough. We're looking at a 60-yard field with some end zones. So we're looking at potentially almost 80 yards there. Might shorten it just a little bit, but we want to be able to have some punts and get these guys kicking as well. So punts will be live. Captains see that in our rules. But, otherwise, we're definitely excited about the rules that we've created, and looking forward to what these big guys can do. I mean, just listen to these names that you've talked about for the last half hour. It's phenomenal. The people that are coming to this event. So we'll have a food vendor there, and somebody else, maybe Austin, might be shooting out some gear and some swag as well. But we will be instead of giving out gift cards, guys, we'll be giving out some Twinkies for some plays being made. So just win big.
All right. Looking forward to it. This is going to be really awesome. Twinkies for all. And you know what, man?
Oh,
Ross will get some Twinkies. All right, Ross? Yes.
There you go, Ross.
I prefer ho-ho.
Oh, you a hoe.
Oh, my bad.
I always knew that about you. Oh man, always good times here on the Blunt Talk.
You got to pick your winners, Joe. You got to pick your winners, man. I'm almost falling asleep here.
Hey man,
It's getting late.
I got my winners coming up, but I gotta talk about how much this means to me to see happen, because I've always been one of those guys who was overlooked for their talent over the years. I always got generalized as just a D lineman, just a special teams player. And, I didn't get that chance to go out and throw the ball much or catch it much. I had some highlights, though, from back in my playing career, and I wanted to play some of my highlights right now.
Okay.
Because my big man career, a lot of people, they don't know much about it, because I don't tend to talk much about my flag career / tough touch is what it was called, tough man touch. It was a style that they played way back in the 2000s that unfortunately no longer exists. And, I'm really happy that I still have my film from over the years. So here's some highlights. Joey Blaze, overtime.
Special edition.
Yes, sir.
Jeez.
I didn't know I needed popcorn.
Here we go. This is, I got the audio muted. It's coming up in a second. Should be, there we go. This is from 2008 Tough Man Football Nationals, 2-man pro. There's Mia Q. I throw the pass out there. We're the Maryland team in the white and red. This was you had to tackle your opponent and take him down. There's the lateral. Here comes me, full throttle. Look at this stiff arm. I'm about to push this guy right off me. These guys can't even take me down, bro. Like, I was a boss back then. Like, you saw the pass, you saw the catch. Watch this, one more lateral. Right there, here I go, down the sideline, running away, can't get a hold of me. Right into the bush, I knocked the guy over. We had to play this in somebody's neighborhood because the fields, there was a lot of rain that day, so we moved it to like a backyard of somebody's vacation home. So here's me again, running the ball. He's trying to grab me by my chest. I don't like that, so I push him off. I'm like, get off of me. They cannot take me down, bro. Like, legit. I throw it back to my teammate, and that's the end of the play. Right here, my one shiny moment. Oh, here it is. Washington County. There's me stretching up the yellow shirt. We're playing against Miller Lite. It's the last play of the game. We're trying to go for a comeback here against Miller Lite.
Go get it, buddy.
Yeah. Miller Lite. You ever heard of Miller Lite? It's like this. Here it is. There I am, a tight end, lined up. That's Preston Sharp at quarterback. E. Sharp was the guy back in the day.
Let's go, Joe.
Here we go.
Come on, Joey!
You hear the fans cheering my name and everything. It's a huge moment, fellas. I'm going across the middle. The quarterback going to the right, and he's picked. It was a pick. It's picked. But you know what? Look back there. Look behind him in the yellow. He's still going. I'm still going.
Preston did.
Right down the
Preston, what
field.
are you doing?
Didn't quit.
Man, what a tough loss.
Hey, Joey's giving a 100, man.
Here's some highlights to me at O-line, though. Blocking Ross's brother there, knocking him over.
No good.
Here's me blocking Ross. Ready him for getting the block here. There we go. I'll tell you, man, though, for as short as my career was, I'll never forget the moments. I'll never forget the memories. And I'm really proud that you big guys have the opportunity this weekend to get that, because that means a lot to me as a big guy myself. I was born 300 pounds. I'll die 300 pounds. And I caught 300 touchdown passes playing in that tough man league back in the day. Gets me emotional every time.
I'll tell you what, if anybody is in this tournament this upcoming weekend that has watched your highlights there, Joey, one thing you could take away from that is when you're in the huddle, you do not stretch, okay? That means that you're tipping the defense that you might be getting the ball. So if I see that out of any of the Marcial, if you're stretching in the huddle, okay, you're probably going to run a route, and it might be going to you, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I could always just do it just for fun.
How do you stretch a dippy egg? That's interesting.
All over the frying pan.
You got to stretch the quads, man. Get the quads warmed up and ready to go. Well, people always wonder. You always have the skinny guys like, how are you able to dip? And I'm just like, you just got to do it. You know, you can't think about it, because every time someone thinks about it, they're like, oh, I'm going to pull something.
So you don't actually practice that? You don't, like, you're out mowing the grass with the pusher mower. You don't
I started doing that last season, and then it's just stuck with me. I keep doing it now.
Keith Stokes has perfected it.
The grass.
Oh, my wife said that I don't mow the grass, so.
Ooh, you better hit the mute button.
Let's get into predictions on my end. Since I won't be calling any of the action this weekend, I can predict the games at least. I'll be in DC for Sunshine Bowl. We'll have a show on that tomorrow night. Shout out Coach Crow. Gonna be awesome. Here's what we got going. My first prediction, I got Misfits over Big Show, because I know Misfits and Big Show looks pretty light. So I'm going to go Misfits in a blowout because it's the Misfits. FAA Outlaws, no offense to the Outlaws. I just feel like FAA is a little bit more loaded. They got a lot of guys who was on my core for the TBBT squad we had last year. They're very deep in pass catchers. That's going to be very key in all this. We forget that, it's cool to be a big guy to catch the ball, but you got to catch the ball. And not a lot of big guys to catch the ball.
Good point.
Yeah.
I think the pass catcher for them would be a big difference. I'm going to go FAA here. Misfits and Obesity, they're going to get a better matchup out of them than they will Big Show, in my opinion. But I do think the Misfits get this one as well, just because of just how stacked that roster's looking. They're going to be playing on a pro level on terms of overall offense and defense. That's I'm really looking forward to seeing. Baez, FAA. I'm going to go with tough one. I'm going to go my FAA guys. I think FAA gets it there. No slight to Baez. I think they take an L on their home field in a rare occasion. It's been a while since you all lost a tournament game in York. There's been a streak going on, but I think FAA goes up there. They upset the Kings of York. They get the dub. Big Show and Wolverines. I'm going to go Wolverines. I like Howard Holton as a coach there. That's a very big signing. And he's going to have those guys ready to go at the skill position. He's a good coach, a good motivator. I think they'll be ready. I'm going to go Wolverines. Outlaws, XFFL, just too much talent on the XFFL team. That team is way too stacked against the Outlaws. No slights to you guys. I got a lot of faith in you all, got a lot of confidence in you all, but I don't see it here. I think XFFL gets the win. Wolverines and Obesity. This isn't a nice little matchup. This is going to be a good seed game. This is going to be a battle for that 2 seed in that bracket. Personally, it's going to be tough. It's going to really tough, tight one. I'm going to go Wolverines just by a little bit. It's going to be a close game. It's a toss-up game for me. It's one of those, like, whoever makes the last mistake of the game will lose it. One of those. Someone's going to throw a pick. Someone's going to blow coverage. Someone's going to mess up somewhere at the very end that determines the winner. That's what it's going to come down to. It'll be a mistake. That's going to be where overall skill plays in. And then the last game, XFFL Baez. I'm going to go to XFFL. I just feel like while Baez does have the guys to do it, I don't think they're going to be able to compete in terms of athleticism and overall skill with what the XFFL is going to bring down here. Dimitri and company, they're going to come locked and loaded. They're going to come ready to go. I think they get the dub here. Baez takes 2 losses on the home field. That's a bold prediction.
John,
Yes,
do
sir.
you have to win 1 of 2 to make the tournament, or you automatically are in?
No, this one here, you'll get 3 chances.
I'll
Everybody.
make sure.
Yep, absolutely. This is a new thing we're doing here, so we're gonna be gracious.
Sorry to interrupt you, Joey. I just wanted to get that there.
Okay, no, that's a good idea because some might think that coming in because that's the normal YAFFL tournament rule.
Joe, I got to be honest. I like your picks. They're not bad. I think that the bigger game is probably going to be Baez and FAA versus the XFFL and Baez game. I think that Baez Auto and that you got 2 great quarterbacks. The guy from 7 Point Spread and Motley going at it. That could be a great game.
It's going to depend, man. This is going to be an interesting matchup either way. Like, all these games are wild cards because of just how random the assortment of talent is on all sides, on each side. And then matching up against each other. A lot of these guys don't ever face each other in this kind of style. So this is going to be one of those whoever can figure it out the fastest wins, in my opinion.
And you know how big guys are, right? They like to just kind of respect each other and pick each other up in the field, play. And whereas the skill guys are like, nah, I'm not getting that guy's flag, or I'm letting the ball go. I'm not getting the ball and throwing it back for the offense. I want to see some of that now. These big guys, I don't want to see them helping each other, high fives and picking them up off the ground and stuff. I want to see them act like the skill guys this time,
Yeah. And it'd be interesting to also see a lot of shit talk too. I want to see a lot of that.
Oh yeah, hey, FTN Howard, there it is, baby. FTN.
My prediction for the championship, I'm going to go with Misfits and XFFL for the chip. And I think XFFL takes it. Like I said, a lot of Northern talent coming down. They're going to come locked and loaded. A lot of them play at a 7-man style that's a little bit akin to a 5-man. If you ever played the XFFL 7, it's like a cross between 9s and 5s. And I think that's going to have a lot of guys prepared and equipped for it. And those Northern guys up there, they play a lot of flag football. They're cross-trained in a lot of different styles. A lot of times you'll see those big guys go out and catch balls. I personally think that they're going to take it. They're going to be XFFL over Misfits. I think FAA and Baez will be the other semifinalists. I think from there it would be Wolverines and Obesity with Outlaws and Big Show being at the bottom. But like I said, stacked tournament, just so much talent.
Good deal. I'm excited to see.
Put the name out there.
Yeah, man. Ross, I'm appreciating you coming out of your town to my town to do the streaming. So we'll be streaming the same way as you did last weekend, right, Joey? YouTube and
Facebook.
YFL.
Yes, sir. We'll have it on multi-platforms. Tune in and watch it. Coverage will begin at 9 a.m. We'll also be over at Field 2 for FAA and Outlaws. It's going to be lit. It's going to be legit. YAFFL, just win bigs. This weekend, Sunday morning, 9 a.m. on TBT. For Ross Collins, Joey Blaze, Sean Urey, Jamie Lagana, Marcel Baez, Jeremiah Rodriguez, Free Earl 2021. We'll see you soon. Good night, everybody.
Later, Joey.
Later.
Later, bud.
See ya.